Funniest part about that whites only town in Arkansas. Black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas, and the gag is black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Why aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, Poo-Poo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves.
Yo, my people, welcome back to my channel, Iyano Show. Okay, hope you're good, hope you're fine. I just want to appreciate you guys for just joining my channel, and in case you are new here, just consider subscribing. So guys, this white only town, white people only town in USA. And this has drawn a major reaction to the both sides. And now I'm dealing with black people reacting to this white only town in Arkansas. And the black people have reacted to this story, say that what did these white people wanted the black people to react on. And some have said that it's none of their business if this town has been developed. So it is none of their business, and they are not paying attention to it. Say that it is good that they have formed the town, and someone said that it has built the separation of between white people and the racists. The racists. So here are some of these reaction of black people reacting to the white only town in Arkansas there in USA. So guys, if you have any comment, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
The funniest part about that whites only town in Arkansas. Black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas, and the gag is black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Why aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, Poo-Poo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's not shade, that's facts. So the question is, again, why should black folks care? This is the part that cracks me up the most. Y'all want us to care. I see the confusion in your eyes. I see it. Y'all like, don't the blacks care? Don't they want to be where we are? Nah. We just want to make sure when we build our communities, we're not cheated out of the things that we're supposed to have. That's all we care about, boo. And it's wild because history has shown as soon as black people do build their own thriving spaces, what happened? Some of your people roll up and burn the whole thing down. But we're supposed to believe now y'all just want to be left alone. Child, I'm going to tell you what really gave it away for me, though. The fact that they ran to the media. That's not privacy, y'all. That's desperation. Numbers must be low. If you got to beg the evening news to let them know that you exist, waitlist my ass. See, if black folks were building their town, the media would be the last people that we want to know about it. We gatekeep. We ain't trying to broadcast. But y'all couldn't wait to hold a press conference. That's not security, that's thirst. So no, we're not upset, we're not jealous, we're not even plotting to crash your party. Cause truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers y'all.
So I'm scrolling through the mean streets of TikTok and Twitter, and I'm minding my business, minding y'all business, right? But minding my business, you know what I'm saying? I'm minding y'all business, but I'm not making too much noise because I'm in somebody else's business, if that makes sense. And out of nowhere, the type of conversation comes up about the all-whites town in Arkansas. And I'm like, oh, shit. Let me lock the fuck in because I know the farmers in Arkansas are struggling right now. They're having a hard time. And I literally just said last week that they have yet to put two and two together, that they have been basically used as a sacrifice. And where I got that from was the fact that, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but like Bush, Barbara, and J.W. Bush or G.W. Bush, right? They own a farm. And they're making billions annually off this farm. Now, word on the curve is the way that they acquired the farm was nefarious, or it may be some other things going on. In in terms of the sale of said farm. So I'm like, okay, like I see the setup, I see what's going on. And immediately after I found out that both Google, or the owners of Google, that basically Bill Gates and JD Vance had something to do with like what's going on in Arkansas with the farmers losing everything and all the recent self-deletions of the farmers that was like whining and complaining because they going into bankruptcy. I know for a fact it's some shit jumping off in Arkansas. So that's not too far away from what has been happening with the new all whites town in Arkansas. Girl, tell me why. Y'all not gonna believe this. The all whites town in Arkansas ain't been open for a whole year. They already gotta move. I said, damn, already? No. Where? So they was like, yeah, girl, they broke. Turns out they never realized that the majority of the shit that they use on a daily basis was actually created by black folk. And a lot of the conveniences that they have in their life was created by people of color, black people included. So now that Arkansas is struggling in a farming sector, that was the foundation in which they was going to be living and building off of. They was just going to farm. And that's how they was going to get their money. And they was going to farm. They was going to take it to the local shops. They was going to sell it. And that was going to help them keep the shit alive. But since the farming sector in Arkansas is trash right now, they got to pick up and they got to move to Missouri. Girl, the all-whites town has already failed. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Because what kind of destiny was you trying to manifest? Even the manifest destiny that they spoke about in the doctrines in the United States, even that destiny that they spoke of, that they tried to manifest, baby, that destiny was manifested off the backs of everybody else's ancestors, not yours. And on top of that, to boot that, your ancestors used to marry children away at the age as young as 9 years old to be a wife. 9. You heard that correctly. Now, I did see the reports in which they were speaking about how their kids can grow up in a safe environment. Baby, the call is coming from inside of the house. And not only are your kids not in a safe environment, now y'all got to pick up all your shit, pick it up, and move your Caucasian haven to Missouri. Missouri. It's cold as hell in Missouri. And judging by the farming sector and the way things are going with those billionaires seeking to swipe up all the farms nationally from a bunch of farmers, baby, you may end up being nomadic. You may end up being nomadic. You may have to go from state to state, time to time. That's a cult. And when things are shaky like that, when they can't seem to stabilize the financial aspect of it, that's how you know you in a cult. When they got to pick you up and move you everywhere, and they got to keep reiterating the ideology and why you're doing this and this, that, and that's a cult. You're in a cult. That's a cult. And give it a little bit of time. But they will definitely be running up. The men in that community they will be running up into your nursery. They will be running up into your cradles because they don't want you. I mean, they'll take you, just a little quick pump, a little 1-2, but they want them babies. They want them babies. So, congratulations, you're in a cult. Everything that I've heard about this all white town in Arkansas screams cult. Screams cult. And you guys have created an all white town, but there's no Taco Tuesday. That alone would have, if I was white, that alone would have sent me over the edge. That alone would have been like, I'm out. Fuck that. Nope. I need my margaritas and my nachos. I need all that. Like, no. I want to see a little man in a pancho and a sombrero. I want to hear him singing traditionally Mexican songs. I need my Taco Tuesday. It's like the only thing keeping me sane right now. Okay? So I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm out. I don't want to do this with you guys. And they didn't already ran out of money already. They can't, no Taco Tuesday. And y'all ain't got no money. And y'all got to move to Missouri out of all places. Shit.
Are we seriously mad about people wanting to have a whites only community? Let's not forget the fact that we always label things black own this and black own that. So a white man, Eric Alwal, wanted to establish his own town for his own people, white people. He wanted to control who he had as neighbors. His goal is to preserve the purity of his culture and traditions. So what are we mad for? Let's not forget, a couple years ago, Ashley Scott and Renee Walters got together and created their own community, their own black community. They wanted to create generational wealth and keep their legacy and culture. So I'm confused. What's the problem when the white people want to do it? And I know what you're going to say. You're going to try to bring up history and that victimization mentality. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. That happened many years ago. We're talking about now. We're not going to continue to bring up the past. At one point, we did have Black Wall Street. And yes, it was destroyed. However, we had the ability to rebuild and we didn't. We were defeated. So we're not going to continue to play the victim. This is a voluntary self-segregation, not a forced one.
When y'all made that all-white town in Arkansas, how did y'all expect black people to react? Did y'all want us to like riot? Did you want us to like burn the city down, protest? How did y'all expect us to react? Because the reaction that you're getting is clearly not what you were looking for. Because if that would be the case, you wouldn't be trying to open up a whole nother city just like Arkansas. You know, we've been excluded from places pretty much for generations. So why the fuck would we care about being excluded from a town in West Bumblefuck? You're acting like we can't go to Miami or LA or fucking Atlanta. Bitch, we don't give a fuck about Arkansas. I ain't never even been to Arkansas and I have no intentions on going there. Like, what the fuck? And like, think about it like this though. Like, y'all not even just excluding black people, y'all excluding Jewish people, you know, people that could possibly look just like you guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all trying to exclude y'all own people too at this point. So what y'all thought y'all was going, where y'all thought that was gonna go for y'all? You know what I mean? Or you were trying to rage bait us to see if we gonna get out our body? I'm curious to see what kind of reaction y'all were hoping to get from us. You know what I mean? Because we don't.
The whites only town in Arkansas is confusing as fuck. Not because you have to be a white man who has European descent. That's not what's confusing. I understand that. I could really give two shits about that. The second requirement is you have to be Christian. That confuses the shit out of me because I don't know how you want to be excluded from every other race and then on Sunday pray to a guy who's historically known as a brown man. Like, you know, Jesus was born in the Middle East. He wasn't born in fucking Europe. He was born in the Middle East. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe someone can explain it in the comments, but do they know Jesus was a brown guy? Like, Jesus was not some, you know, white guy with blue hair and, like, gold hair. Like, he wasn't, like, what, Jesus was not white. The man was brown. So it confuses me that, like, they don't want to be near any brown or black or, you know, Mexican people, but then want to pray to a historically brown guy that was born in the Middle East. That's just confusing as shit.
I have maybe a controversial opinion about this.
They should have it.
Like, if that's what you want, say it with your chest. Like, go and do your thing, but don't. I don't know. It just really annoys me when it comes to the conversations about segregation. I think I said this to you earlier.
Yeah,
is that black people wanted integration because the funds were being given to, like, the government funds were given to whites only towns, and then the blacks only areas were controlled by the white people, and there was no access, so all the schools were shit, all the public funding was shit. They wanted access to improve quality of life, not so they could hang out with white people. And I think that point is very often missed, where it's like, this whites only thing, that's not a black issue.
I think
that is there. Do your go off, stay away.
But I think I understand what you're saying on that. I think what annoys me the most about this is the whites only town. They're looking at black people and be like, "What do you think about that?"
It's not my business.
No, but it's more like, what about everybody else?
Why am I here?
And this is why that's why every argument becomes like a white versus black argument, because what they said was no people of color. Yeah. But so why is it?
Well, no, they only said no black people, no Jewish people,
no gay people.
Yeah, but that's like gay people. They're not people. They're not always people of color.
No, but like, as in, that's what I'm saying. So like, why haven't you gone to the one of the pride marches that is happening right now and gone to ask the queer people there, how do you feel about this town that was said that you can't come in there? That's why I say, like, it's always like, why is it a black and white issue? They have actually told loads of people that you can't come in. Like, why are you not going to ask the nearest Jewish person to be like, how do you feel about not going there?
Exactly.
And they'll probably be like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But then it's always made seem like, oh, well, black people are trying to force their way in. Actually, nobody is. Please have that.
Yeah.
Because actually, I'd actually rather you be on the outskirts of society instead of you be in the mix fucking up my...
You remember when the news broke about that community in the Ozarks? It's like all white, no blacks, no Jews, no gays. And then there were the think pieces that were like, why are black people upset about white people going and doing their own thing? And black people were like, who is we? We're not upset. Go do it. Don't worry about it. And the people were like, you guys should do the same thing if you just went and built black communities. And we were like, every time we do that, y'all burn them to the ground. And it's like, that was a long time ago. I just want to point out to you that in Trump's announcement today that he was federalizing the DC Police Department and bringing the National Guard in, he listed several cities that the only quality that combines them is that they have large black populations. These cities are not inherently more violent. Actually, statistically speaking, crime is down in every one of the cities that he mentioned. But that doesn't matter. What matters is they are cities that have large black populations, and because of that, in Trump's mind, they are unsafe. Trump doesn't think black people are safe. The federal government literally sued him for not renting to black people. And then when 5 young men were coerced into confessing to a crime they didn't commit, he took a full-page ad out about how those young men and men like them are terrorizing New York City and that they should be eliminated. Every chance Trump has to talk about black and brown folks, he only conveys the ideas that we are not as smart, that we are inherently violent, and that we are less than. So I don't care about that little community in the Ozarks. White folks can go do what they want to do. They're weird white people anyway. We don't want to be around them. But as soon as there are majority black spaces, there's a police presence. And where there's a police presence, there is an increase in criminal activity. It is a statistical fact. While also recognizing that the states with the highest rates of violent crime are all run by Republicans. So which one is it? I would also like to remind everybody that the only time there has been mass violence in DC recently is when Trump told his supporters to go storm the Capitol and overthrow the Constitution. But you know, black people, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So the all-white town of Arkansas has failed. Oh, we found a fork in the kitchen. Like, we already knew this was going to happen. They didn't want to move there. They just wanted people to be mad about them moving there. And I was hoping it worked out. I was hoping the whole thing worked out for them so they could all move there. Listen, when they said, hey, let's play some music for you guys, and had to play the banjo. When they said, hey, let's have some food, and it looked like they were eating stale bread, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. I'm going to tell you the truth. A lot of Caucasians in America love the idea of separating themselves, but they don't love the actual result of it. They don't realize that the wealth that was built and generated within white America was not through their own fruition, but on the backs and through the blood of other groups of people, Native Americans, Black Americans, and XYZ, everything in between. The agriculture built on the backs of natives, Latinos, and black people. The infrastructure also built by free labor and or cheap labor. There are grants and money received given by the government, the true handout kings. And they don't actually realize every single place that has been all white in history, they don't really realize the fact that it has been destroyed also by them. Before they found other people to oppress and attack, to be honest, all Europeans used to do was just attack each other and be nasty and vile to each other.
People need to raise the alarm. They're starting an all-whites town in the Ozarks and Arkansas. Yeah, they don't want no non-white people, non-Christian, LGBTQ, Jews. They're saying that you have to have a DNA test to live there that leads back to your ancestry being European. That's not crazy at all, is it? Well, they speak on rhetoric that they want to be able to choose their neighbors and they want to preserve white American culture. I mean, but you have to have ancestry of Europeans. So why don't you just, all that money that's being spent, why don't you just go back to fucking Europe at this point, like you tell everyone else? Now, this man that's ahead of this, he's trying to expand to Missouri, guys. How is this even allowed? They said it's a members-only association where they pay a fee, and that's how they're getting away with it. Doesn't the power of the president have the ability to stop this? Like, this is clearly wrong, but this is the type of people that he encouraged. Now, I recall all throughout history when black Americans tried to start their own community, their own economy and stuff like that, it got burnt down. Their towns got burnt down to smithereens. How the hell in 2025 are we allowing in the Ozark and Arkansas for them to build a whites-only community? I can't believe it, man. It's just unreal to me. Like, I'm having trouble. And it's just not black Americans that can't live there. It's everybody. If you're non-white, if you don't have European ancestry, you are not allowed there. And he's planning on expanding. This is turning the clock back in history. The discrimination, the hate. This is absolutely unreal. And people are going to just let it happen. That's the way I see it. With that being said, guys, make sure you like this video, comment. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, follow.